Hi everyone, I am Balasundar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechatronics Engineering, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the topic applications of hydraulic systems. These are the content we are going to discuss one by one. The first one is drilling machines using hydraulic circuits. Before going to the topic, first of all we know about the drilling machines. Drilling is the process of producing a circular hole in the given workpiece by using the drill bit. The drill bit is rotated by using the electrical motor drive, and the workpiece is fixed in the machine table. In this hydraulic type used drilling machines, the main components are hydraulic cylinders, the cylinder 1 and the cylinder 2, and the two sequence valves, sequence valve 1 and the sequence valve 2, and the 4x3 direction control valve. This 4x3 direction control valve is actuated by using the lever mechanism or any other mechanism. In this type, we are using the lever mechanism. The pressurized oil is flow into the 4x3 DC valve, middle portion. In the middle portion is blocked condition. Now we pull the lever, so the first portion is actuated. So the oil is directly go to the flow passage line. The passage is divided into two types. The first line is straightly go to the cylinder 1 blind end, and the second one is through the sequence valve go to the cylinder 2 blind end. So the cylinder 1 is mainly used for clamping and declamping the workpiece. Cylinder 2 is mainly used for extend and retract the drill bit. These are the main applications of two cylinders. For these applications, the direction is controlled by using the 4x3 lever type DC valve. And these sequence valves are used for control the sequences of operations. When you pull the lever, the first portion is actuated, so the oil is flow to the first pressure line. The first pressure line is divided into two categories. The first line is directly go to the cylinder 1 blind end. The second pressure line is directly go to the cylinder 2 blind end. But the oil is only flow to the passage 1 only, because here the sequence valve is normally closed condition. Once oil is checked to flow, the oil is tried to flow into the second pressure line, but the valve is in normally closed condition, so the oil is not flow into the second line. So the oil is directly go to the first pressure line. So the oil is moved to the blind end of the cylinder 1. So the rod is extended by using this action. Once the piston rod is extended, means the object is clamped by using the movable jaw. So the clamping action is completed. Now the clamping is completed, but at the same time the oil flow is automatically coming. At the time the overpressure is occurred. That the overpressure is noted by the pilot operated sequence valve. The pilot valve is opened. So now the pilot valve is closed to the sequence valve. Now the sequence valve is open. The oil is flow into the second pressure line. So the oil is flow into the blind end side of the cylinder 2. Now the drill bit is extended. At the same time, using the electrical drive, drill bit also rotated. So the drilling action is completed. Once the drilling action is completed, means we push the lever, so the third portion of DCV is actuated. Now the oil is flow into the second pressure line. At the same time, in the second pressure line is divided into 3 and 4. The fourth line is by using the sequence valve. The fourth pressure line is similar to the second sequence valve condition. So the oil is flow into the third line, at the same time fourth line, but the fourth line is in closed condition, so the flow is arrested. So only the flow is happened in the third line only. So the oil is directly flow to the cylinder to rod end side. So once the rod end side flow is happen means the cylinder is retracted. So the piston is retracted. So the drill bit is removed from the workpiece. So once the operation completed means again here also some overpressure is occurred. At the same time this pilot operator valve is actuated. So this pilot operator actually is push the sequence valve. So now the pressure sequence valve also opened. Now the oil is flow into the fourth pressure line called sequence line. So the oil is flow into the first cylinder rod end side. Now the workpiece is declamped by using the retraction action performed by the second sequence valve. Now we remove the completed workpiece from the vise and fix the again new job in the same place, and this circuit is again worked in the cyclic manner. So the drilling operation is completed by using the hydraulic circuit. In this circuit we are mainly used the sequence valve. And then the next application is shaper machine using hydraulic circuits. Before going to the topic, first of all you know about the working of shaper machine. Shaper machine is mainly used for producing the flat surface or any other keyway cutting in the given components. The tool is fixed in the tool head. This is the tool. This is the tool head. The tool head assembly is mounted in the shaper ram. This is the base of the shaper. Here the workpiece is fixed. The workpiece is fixed in the shaper machine table. Workpiece is fixed in the shaper machine table using the vise. Once the ram is moved to and fro, the cutting action takes place in the workpiece. The ram is moved forward means the cutting action takes. In the reverse time there is no cutting action. For these applications we are using the hydraulic circuits. Here also the hydraulic oil is pressurized by using the hydraulic pump. The oil is flow to the 4/3 DC valve. The DC valve is controlled by using lever type or pilot type or any other solenoid actuator type. This is the 4/3 DCV. The first position is here, the second position is for middle position. The third here, this is the third position. Now the DC valve is in the third position, so the oil is directly flow to the third position. Once the oil is flow to the third position, the oil is enter the blind end of the double acting cylinder. This is the first position is rod end side. This is the blind end side. Once the oil is flow into the blind end of the double acting cylinder, the piston is moved. At the same time the piston is connected to the tool head. So the tool head is fixed. The tool is fixed in the tool head. So the tool is automatically moved the forward direction. Here the workpiece is fixed in the table. So automatically the cutting action takes place in the workpiece. Once the cutting action is completed means again the DC valve is moved to the first position using the lever type or any other actuation mechanism. Here we are using the lever mechanism. The first position is actuated means the oil is directly flow to the rod end side. So the tool is retracted. The forward and the reverse motion of the tool is completed by using the hydraulic drive. These are the applications of hydraulic circuits used in the machinery field. Thank you.